Coming up in the morning edition, the 2019-2020 budget has been presented, an outburst in the House of Assembly during proceedings, and the PM addresses Torchbearers Pep Rally. Welcome to the morning edition. Happy Thursday. It's the eve of the weekend. I'm LaDawn Davis. It's a great day to be alive. Basil Dean, our chief meteorologist, is standing by with the weather report. Good morning, Basil.
Good morning, LaDawn. I was at this tower cam picking up near clear skies, just a few clouds overlooking the southeastern portion of the Providence. And as we go to our satellite picture, those near clear skies continues right into the southeast Bahamas as that mid to low level trough continues to push southward and exiting the Bahamas by this afternoon. Outside of our studios, few clouds that we've seen already. 74 degrees is your temperature. Relative humidity quite rich at 94%. East-southeast winds at 8 miles per hour. The barometric pressure 1,015.0 millibars. That translates to 30.01 inches, and it is steady. Temperatures around the islands this morning, we're picking up a string of 77s in Marshall, Babaco, Green Toll Key, and Freeport in Grand Bahama. The Berry Islands at 78. 80 degrees in Alliston, Bimini, Harbor Island, 78. Roxanne, Eleuthera, Otterstown, Cat Island, Staniel Key, Indig-Zuma Chain, Kemps Bay, and Fresh Creek in Central Andrews, all at 78 degrees. In San Salvador and Rum Key, more 78s are popping up, 79 in Ragged Island, Clarence Down Long Island, Crooked Island, Betsy Bay and Acklands, Matchetown and Agua at 78, and the Turks and Caicos Islands at 78 degrees. Your boating forecast for today for all areas, east to southeast winds 10 to 15 knots. Those winds will be falling light and variable at times in the northwest Bahamas. Wave heights 2 to 4 feet over the ocean. Low tide 10:39 this morning. High tide at 4:58 this afternoon. That's going to do it for your first look at weather in the morning edition. Stay tuned. Your forecast for today and tonight is still ahead.
Thanks a lot, Basil. Our traffic team, led by Jimenita Swain, is ready with the Bahamas First traffic report.
The traffic report is sponsored by Bahamas First. First in insurance. Today, tomorrow.
Good morning, LaDawn, and good morning, Bahamas. We're coming to you live from the Mila Butler Highway. Now, as we mentioned to you earlier in the week, there is some resurfacing works taking place here in the northbound lane, the left lane, actually. So traffic has been relegated to a single lane. However, some persons are still using the unpaved portion of the road to come up, which clearly should not be done. We actually saw our traffic officer, who we're going to talk to in a few minutes, pull over a motorist. But to find out if there are any other traffic concerns for the morning, we now turn to Corporal Decory Barr. Good morning, Corporal Barr.
Good morning, Jimenita. Good morning, Bahamas.
Now, as we mentioned, obviously persons are not adhering to the signs that are posted to stick to the right portion of the lane as officers, well, not officers, but roadworks are taking place on the left northbound lane here.
Yes, even without these signs, there are cones that are erected along the entire corridor. That is for persons not to interfere with the works that are being done, which could possibly prolong this process. I'm going to ask motorists, as we did all week, to just exercise patience while commuting through this area.
Now, I know that you pulled over someone that you're going to talk to in a bit, but obviously we've seen other persons since we've been out here for the morning still using the unpaved portion of the road. It's just pretty much dangerous because once they saw you, they tried to quickly get back into the lane that they should have been in from the break, almost causing an accident.
Yes, and that's something that we want to discourage. Also with that, without cutting back into the lane, with the unpaved surface, there's not much traction on their wheels, which could also cause them to run off of the street and be in a more serious accident.
Now, aside from what's happening here, I believe that there is a military funeral that will take place this morning that may create some traffic diversions later in the morning. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, this morning we have a full military service for a fallen officer. The service is scheduled to start at 11 a.m. We'll have at Cousin Markfee Church on Carmichael Road. Following the service, we will of a procession from Cousin Matthew and Carmichael to Lakeview Cemetery, Gladstone Road. So obviously we'd have some diversions in place on Carmichael Road from about 10 a.m. until the duration of the service, and then about 1 p.m. In the area of Gladstone Road. Gladstone Road especially, we're going to again ask persons to exercise patience. We know that there's no way to turn off, but it's not the Commissioner of Police intent to have the entire corridor blocked off for a very long period of time.
Well, thank you so much. That is Corporal Decory Barr again. Roadworks happening here on the Mila Butler Highway. So definitely pack some extra time and wear your seatbelts. Back to you in Studio LaDawn.
Thanks a lot, Chimanita. Now on to our top story this morning. From structural reforms to no increase in value-added tax, tax fairness, and an overhaul of revenue administration, Finance Minister and Deputy Prime Minister, the Honorable Peter Turnquest, detailing the government's plans for the 2019-2020 fiscal year in his budget communication on Wednesday. The new fiscal year begins on July 1st. And as promised, Turnquest says an increase in value-added tax is not on the government's agenda. He also indicated that the fiscal deficit was nearly halved in the first 10 months of the last fiscal year.
Revealed that the spike in total revenue was buoyed by a $245 million or 16.1% improvement in tax revenue to $1.8 billion as receipts from stamp taxes on financial and realty transactions more than doubled to $181.3 million, reflecting the conversion of taxation from value-added tax to stamp tax. Revenue from value-added tax grew by $123.5 million, or 21.5%, to $699.3 million, reflecting the rate increase from 7.5% to 12%.
Just as Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Finance, the Honorable Peter Turnquest, moved to lay the value-added tax amendment regulation document on the table on the House, an outburst interrupted in the House session. Former Miss Bahamas Fontella Dean Chipman Roll, the sister of Centerville Member of Parliament Reese Chipman, seated in the Strangers Gallery, stood and blasted administrations for what she felt is the ill treatment of the Chipman family heritage. Her aunt Mitzi Chipman Neely, who sat next to her, spoke to ZNS News outside of Parliament.
It's a lot on the Chipman's mind, and Fontella Chipman Roll just got tired of it, and she wanted to express her mind, her soul, and everything. And this is the only way that the country would listen to really what we have to say. The Chipman has been, honestly, these government in this country try to eliminate the Chipmans, eliminate every property that he had, eliminate him. Just wanted to just take him off the map. But thank God he has some strong Chipman right here. Science is strong Chipmans behind him, and we would not let his legacy die.
Chipman Roll was arrested and taken to the Central Police Station. She was released later on in the evening. The youth arm of the Free National Movement, the Torchbearers Youth Association, heard how the 2019-2020 budget will impact them. The Torchbearers are preparing to hold a convention in August, and last night they held a pre-convention rally at the Free National Movement's Mackey Street headquarters, where Free National Movement leader, Prime Minister, the Most Honorable Dr. Hubert Minnis, listed some of the economic benefits the government is making available for the youth.
For our tuition grant initiative at the University of the Bahamas, this year's budget includes an additional $16.2 million. That covers both new and returning qualifying students, and also a stipend for those students traveling from the Family Islands. Each Family Island student would be given $500 to assist them with their accommodation. We are also removing or reducing duties on a variety of school supplies, primarily for preschool, primary, junior, and high schools.
Today, members of the Bahamas Hotel Catering and Allied Workers Union will take a poll to secure a strike certificate. President Darren Woods telling ZNS News the union anticipates a good turnout at the polls when they open at 8 a.m. Polls will close at 6 p.m. The union and the Bahamas Hotel and Restaurant Employees Association are looking to negotiate a new contract, but have hit a roadblock over a number of issues that includes a proposal to remove the 15% gratuity its members currently enjoy. Woods explains who will be voting and other union concerns.
Just around about 3,000 to 4,000 persons, because our membership is spread out, but the majority of the persons that we are asking to participate would be those in the ones that are covered by the BHEA property. As far back as 1991, the Gulf War, when we had the downturn in the industry in 2008, and again in 2010-11 there again. So we believe that it's time now for the industry to give back to our members. And there are also emerging trends where we see the employers are making subtle changes to the employees' terms and conditions of employment, because while the 15% is one thing and benefits are another, if you don't have the proper working condition that is conducive for you to be able to enjoy those things, you'll still be out of work.
As part of celebrating the mothers of our nation, ZNS along with Bahamar recently held a competition for the public to state why they think their mom is the best. There were 3 winners, one from the Family Islands, 1 mother for the community, and a New Providence mother. They won a spa day and dinner for 2 at Bahamar. Vanessa Christie from Bahamar joins us this morning, along with Dion Cadet, Manager of Sales here at the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas. Ladies, gentlemen, welcome to the Morning Edition.
Thank you so much for having us.
So Vanessa, talk to us a little bit about some of the prizes for the initiative.
Yeah, first of all, thank you so much for having us. We are excited to be part of this initiative honoring mothers all over the Bahamas. And so we wanted to welcome them to Bahamar and really aid in the relaxation, because we know how hard they work on a daily basis. So we will welcome them to our Bahamar Spa Spa. It's our 30,000 square foot spa. And we will offer them a really relaxation massage as well as facials, and have them enjoy our facilities for the day.
And Mr. Cadet, is this normal for ZNS to have an initiative like this?
Well, I think this is something we want to go down the line of. This was an idea that was presented to me by the general manager, and we're looking to do more partnerships with the community to say thank you and give back in a special way. And Mother's Day was a great day to start, and Bahamar is a great partner to start with, and we look forward to more exciting promotions with Bahamar and other corporate citizens as ZNS continues to grow the product.
And are we doing a similar event for Father's Day for our daddies?
Absolutely. Can't leave dads out. We're working on that. We have that nailed down, like a dad and lad type day. So that's also coming up too.
Okay, well, the moment has come to learn who the winners are. Drum roll, please. And the winner is Jenny Smith, Colleen Polymus, and the original Rose Lady. Congratulations, and please contact ZNS for your prizes. Mrs. Christie and Dion Cadet, thank you guys so much for joining us here on the Morning Edition, and best of luck on future endeavors.
Thank you very much.
Right after this break, we're going to check in with someone who has a challenge but keeps on ticking, life with a disability. When we return, so stay close.
Look, it's simple. Fidelity can consolidate all your bills with their debt consolidation loan. Give you 1 monthly payment and money in your pocket.
So let me get this straight, Miss Financial Coach. You say something about cash in my pocket?
Yes.
And a savings plan with 5% interest? Wow, finally! A bank that's looking out for me. What do you want me to sign?
That's not all. We also offer competitive interest rates and free financial coaching.
That's Fidelity. You ain't MBA. Where do I sign?
My fellow Bahamians, I'm Mario Nuri, inviting you to A Familiar Walk, our 2019 Hurricane Preparedness Program. We're delighted to have Ms. Carolyn Turnquest, Director General of the Bahamas Red Cross, Captain Stephen Russell, Director of NEMA, and meteorologist Wayne Neely. We welcome you to be a part of our journey as we continue working together for a weather-ready Bahamas. Do join us.
It's the OT with yours truly, Charles Fisher.
Buddy Hield and the Kings have their...
Buddy Hield seems to be having the best season of his career. He had 32 points the other night. It was a bit disappointing, Shawnee Miller not winning the IWF World Female Athlete of the Year. The high school rankings will soon be out. Tabernacle, the defending champion, CC Sweeting, they are always there. Who will it be this year? Each Monday on 1540 AM and 104.5 FM, it's the OT with yours truly, Charles Fisher.
Give you a lot of update of what's going on.
Welcome back to the Morning Edition. The Bahamas has been a member of the International Labor Organization for just a little over 4 decades, joining the labor body back in 1976. The ILO protects the rights of workers in 187 member countries and equally represents employers, workers, and the government. As the ILO celebrates 100 years in the labor movement, Chairman of the National Tripartite Council, Robert Farquharson, reflected on some of the contributions the ILO has made in the Bahamas over the past 4 decades.
The ILO, particularly in the Caribbean region, has also advised governments, our governments, successive governments, on exactly how to ensure the rights of workers are enshrined in our statutes in the Bahamas. For instance, the issues dealing with health and safety in the workplace, collective bargaining, the right for you to have a trade union, be recognized by a trade union, all of those things are policies enshrined in the International Labor Organization.
A woman in her late 50s was in a dispute with another woman, and in the exchange, acid was thrown on her face, causing severe burns and the loss of one of her eyes. Today, more than 2 decades later, the victim is brave enough to share her story in the hopes of inspiring others with a similar experience. It's a story you will only see here on the Morning Edition.
One eye. I've been burned up and leave for dead.
Living with one eye for 26 years has not been a crystal stair for 59-year-old former hotel worker Nita Hepburn. An inquisitive Nita went to speak to another woman about an incident involving one of her relatives when the unthinkable happened.
I went on my auntie porch through Curry Mission Road, and I had lye thrown in my face, my right eye, and the soda can. The lady came out to me, we had a dispute, and she threw the lye. I thought it was soda because it's in a soda can. It was lye. And I ran through the house, and when I ran through, my face started to burn. And when I look up, my whole eye turned like a cat, and I never seen out my eye again.
Nita was able to receive reconstructive surgery on her face and a false eye at hospitals locally and abroad for $1,000. She later told us about her remedy to keep her scars at minimal.
I couldn't look in the mirror for about 3 years. And finally, one day I decided to look in the mirror. And what I saw was terrible. So I used the anointing oil and anointing bath to bathe with. And I goes to the ocean on Sanders Beach and lay on the dock of the bay and suffer with pain and burns in my eye after all those years. And I learned how to treat it.
Nita says the fear of discrimination prolonged her public testimony, but she has forgiven the person who changed her life forever. Nonetheless, she encouraged Bahamians to show more empathy towards others living with disabilities.
They called me when they were dying at PMH, and they told me everything would happen. They said who they was with said that whoever come, throw it on them. And I happened to came in, and she threw the lye in my face. I'm putting it back in. It's in. Stay strong. Keep praying to God. Ask God for direction. Ask Him to guide your life, because you don't know who's who. You could be beautiful today, walking around, and next minute, you can be disguised.
Nita is in the process of selling her apartment complex she has worked so hard to achieve on New Providence Avenue, and once that happens, she hopes to relocate to one of the family islands. There are still some people in the world who are dedicated to ensuring the youth of our future are in a good place. Bishop Shelton Benaby joins us this morning to talk about an upcoming conference just for our country's youth. Bishop Benaby, welcome to the Morning Edition.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
Now, Bishop Benaby, we know that you are of Church of God royalty and also a former director of youth. Talk to us a little bit about yourself.
Well, just thank the Lord that I'm a part of a rich country with a rich history and a family, a really big family. I'm home just for a brief time. As you're aware, I'm pastoring in Toronto, Canada. Having served over 40 years working with young people, and excited what God is doing in this time as we are commissioned to teach and to train our children and to secure a bright future for them. And so the end of June, the 27th to the 30th, I'm bringing part of my congregation, maybe about 100 people so far from the US, Canada, and the Caribbean, for us to focus on how do we engage this generation and to provide those who work with young people with the tools that are necessary for them at this critical hour.
For those of us who may not know, what actually inspired this conference?
Well, after working with young people directly over the many years and helping them to discover their gifts and their talents, I feel as though our young people need a greater support system. Young people do not develop in isolation. We still need the parents, we still need the grandparents, we still need the uncles, the aunts, and we still need government to understand that there must be policies that govern young people. We need youth and community leaders who understand that they got to be in the community, mentoring and coaching. So what we are doing is we are trying our best to provide those who work with young people with the necessary, not just the knowledge, but the schools, and provide some strategies. And my mission is all about how do we reach young people, that I generation, the first 15 years, in terms of laying the foundation for a strong society, for a strong church. And when you look to see what's happening in the church, there's a disconnect. Look, see how many young people are in your church. Then you realize that there's a disconnect. When they used to go to Sunday school, their parents used to take them or grandparents used to take them, that's not happening. So what we need to do is, if we're going to secure the future now, we have to reach and invest in our young people the first 15 years of their lives.
Mr. Benamy, thank you so much for joining us here on the Morning Edition, and best of luck on your youth conference.
Thank you so much, and please join us June 27th through 30th at Super Club Breezes, and we look forward to having you.
Charles, what's coming up in sports?
Well, coming up in sports, the Bahamas Aquatic Federation aiming a 23-member team for the CC Can Swim Championships next month in Bridgetown, Barbados.
104.5 FM plays all the Bahamian hits.
Just call my name, 'cause love is patient and understanding.
All the hits, one station. The Bahamas is moving to the music that makes you feel good.
Your skin is intoxicating.
Home of the #1 Bahamian music beat, 1540 AM, 104.5 FM, the People Station.
What you cooking? Something good.
Welcome, Bahamas, to What You Cooking. Are you ready to shop for the What You Cooking show today?
Something good.
We're going to make a sweet potato pancake. And you start with a breakfast that's filled with fiber, protein. Then you get those nutrients that will carry you throughout the day.
What you cooking? Something good.
Good morning once again. The Bahamas Aquatics Federation naming a 23-member team for the CC Can Swim Championships June 28th through July 2nd in Bridgetown, Barbados. Let's take a look at the 10 females and 13 males that made the jump.
Kalia Albright, Celia Campbell, Devin Cuffey Bethel, Renishka Gibbs, Jamila Hepburn, Rachel Lundy, Talani Mizell, Kiana Moss, Gian Sands, and Ariel Reach. For the boys, Amuri Bonamy, Devante Carey, Tristan Ferguson, Nigel Forbes, Gershwin Green, Marvin Johnson, Cohen Kerr, Peter Morley, Ian Pinder, William Russell, Kiero Stubbs, Lamar Taylor, and Errol Thompson. The third, head coach is Stefano McPhee. He will be assisted by coach Sarah Albury. From Minor League Baseball, Lucius Fox, a big day at the plate. 2 for 4, had a home run. That's his third of the season. Scored 3 runs and 2 RBIs, leading Montgomery Biscuits by Birmingham Barons. The final score of that game was 9-4. Chavez Young also swinging yesterday, 2 for 3, scored a run and stole his 8th base on the season in Dunedin Blue Jays 4-1 win over Tampa Bay. And Josh Rado Chisholm 1 for 3 in Jackson Generals 4-3 loss to Chattanooga. A memorial service held last night for former softball player, 41-year-old Ramon Shaky Johnson, who played with New Breed and the Truckers in the New Providence Softball Association. His homegoing service is set for this coming Saturday at 2 o'clock at St. Francis Xavier's Cathedral West Bay Street in Terminal following the Western Cemetery, Augusta Street. The son of Hall of Famer Leslie Truck Johnson and his brother Jamal on hand with his sentiments.
2015 we got to play together. We won a championship together with the Truckers. Yeah, that's the last memory with me and him actually playing together. We played against each other for a lot of years. We played with each other, you know. But I remember him as a leader who leads by example, a competitor. You know, never the best speed, never the best power, but he competes, and that's what I learned from him.
Ramon Shaky Johnson once again further service for the 41-year-old set for Saturday. And that's going to be a wrap on sports. I'm Charles Fisher. Have a blessed day.
There's nothing quiet, subtle, or easy about lupus. Symptoms of this chronic autoimmune disease are hard to ignore. Lupus attacks healthy body tissues and organs with a vengeance. Yet more than 5 million people worldwide live with lupus and often go unnoticed. In the Bahamas, many lupus patients suffer in silence, living with severe joint pain, fatigue, fever, and major organ failure. Lupus is also hard to diagnose. Patients often feel unheard and alone. Local support group Lupus 242 is on a mission to break the silence surrounding lupus, and we need your help. Visit lupus242.org, call 525-9967, or follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Lupus242.
This message has been brought to you by Lupus 242 in partnership with Alive, in conjunction with the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
In our final look at weather conditions improving over the southeast Bahamas as that mid to low level trough continues to push southward, leaving behind an area of high pressure which will usher in warm and dry days over the next several days. Our forecast for today, mostly sunny and warm, 86 degrees for your high. Tonight, mainly clear skies with a low temperature around 73 degrees. And your extended weather forecast over the next 7 days, those dry conditions will continue. Temperatures getting up into the upper 80s now. And those nighttime temperatures, they're pretty steady at 75 degrees. So, Dawn?
Thanks a lot, Basil. That's a wrap for us today. But before we leave you, we want to send a special birthday shout out to Joya. Happy birthday, Joya, from all of us here at the Morning Edition, especially your mom, Cindy. And happy birthday to our very own Gary Super Johnson. Enjoy your birthday, guys. Make sure to join us tomorrow at 7 a.m. for more Morning Edition. I'm LaDawn Davis. Have a great day, everyone.
Man, now you done blow your candle, you done look on all your gift. We done sing a happy birthday and you done made the birthday wish. While my mind asking a question, Lord, I wonder who it will be. You give your first piece of birthday cake too. Oh Lord, my God, I pray that it's me.